Hello guys, welcome back to our second part on the foods Japan gets right versus what foods they get wrong. So what else do you have for us, Rosa?
I do have to say, I don't know if this is a Japan thing. I feel like it's probably a Japan thing, but the Indian restaurants with butter chicken curry
Are good?
are really, really good. They are my jam. They are my thing.
They are your jam. I will say, for whatever reason, in Tokyo there are a very large amount of Indian restaurants.
Yeah.
My area where I used to live in, called the Funabori, apparently there's a large contingent of for whatever reason, that's where like a lot of Indians set up. That's where they live. And therefore in that area they had a lot of Indian restaurants. It's in Edogawaku. And yeah. And I've been to a couple of Indian restaurants in Japan. Yeah, I can I can attest. The Indian food in Japan is pretty good.
The reason also, like for me personally, is because I like spicy food. My body does not like spicy food. So I'm at odds with my body a lot. Okay. But like especially the butter chicken curry here, I think it's made for Japanese taste buds in the sense that like it's made really, really, well, not really, but it's like on the sweeter side. So it's very sweet and mild.
Okay.
And buttery. And so that like to
as
me,
the name would suggest.
Yes. To me that is just heaven. I love, love, love it.
I've had more Indian food in Tokyo than I've had here.
Same here.
In the States.
I never had it. I think I only had Indian food maybe once in the States.
Yeah.
But here,
maybe like twice,
all
3
the
times.
time.
But yeah. Yeah, they do. I think a lot of it has to do with, there's actually actual Indian people in the back making the food. Yeah, well, yeah. If you crave Indian and you're in Tokyo, you will be able to easily find a place, I believe.
And especially if you like sweet curry, sweet flavored curry, like butter chicken.
Sweet and buttery chicken flavored curry. No, well, not chicken.
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken. Yeah.
That's
no
perfect.
problems there. I also think Japan does Italian pretty good.
Oh yeah.
The pasta's pretty good.
I do have one complaint about Japanese Italian. The fact that there are like I never see any restaurants that serve ravioli. And that is a problem for me because I love ravioli.
No ravioli in Japanese Italian restaurants. Huh?
No ravioli.
I don't recall seeing a lot of lasagna. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe
I
not
just
a lot,
don't order it, but maybe I'll search it out.
There's still a decent amount of lasagna. You can definitely find it.
Okay.
Ravioli, no.
Not at all, huh?
Lasagna, gnocchi, yes, you can find. Pasta, of course, gnocchi, that's the main thing. Ravioli,
hey, if you're on a budget, you're a traveler, go to a place called Saizeria. They're like a family restaurant, like a Denny's, but like specifying in Italian, quote unquote Italian type dishes. They are very, very, very cheap, and they're decent for the price. And they're popular. So.
Do you know Saizeria's huge bottle of red wine for 1,000 yen?
No, I don't. It's $10.
Their bottle wine, yeah, it's a freaking huge ass bottle. Huge bottle. Yeah. I mean, okay, maybe I keep saying huge. Like it's bigger than a normal wine bottle. It's like a Nihonshu Issho-bin. So that big.
Okay.
That's
pretty big.
Yeah. For 1,000 yen.
I would say that is huge, actually.
Okay.
For 1,000 yen, wow, really?
Yep.
That's good.
But you might feel a little bit of a headache the next day.
Oh, yeah. It's cheap. It's cheap wine. Come on.
Cheap wine. So no ravioli and no portobello mushrooms is another big issue that I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like, my most favorite thing is like portobello mushroom ravioli.
Portobello, so you can't get either
Nope.
of those.
Nope.
Either item is unattainable for you in Japan.
I mean, you might be able to find ravioli somewhere, somehow.
I'm sure it's somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. It can't
But
be
like,
completely devoid of.
I've never seen a portobello mushroom dish, and that's unfortunate because they're really, really good.
Yeah, they're like big, big mushrooms.
That's not
big
why they're
criminy
good.
mushrooms. Oh yeah, okay, fine, yeah, sure.
Their flavor, there's like
Yeah, I'm with you. They're good.
they're fantastic, fantastic.
Fantastic. Portobello mushrooms, fantastic. One of my favorite pasta places in Japan actually has a very Japanese name
What?
called Goemon. Have you ever heard of it? It's a chain. And so they have all these different types of pastas. Soup pastas.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I might have.
The fusion types with like the
Yeah,
tarako
yeah.
pasta
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Meat sauce, of course, my favorite. It was always a little awkward going there because a lot of women would go there for lunchtime, and I would go there for lunchtime, and then just be a lot of women eating pasta, and I'd be like the only guy for like hours. I mean, I don't stay there for hours, but like,
What are you
you
doing
stay
there
like
for
an
hours?
that's where you pick
Kiyoshi.
up. That's where you get all the women. All the women go. I go where the women
I
are, man.
see.
Come on.
I see.
But no. My friends, I usually would go with my female friends or my ex-girlfriend at the time. And for whatever reason, it's popular with women.
Wait, you would go with your ex-girlfriend at the time?
I went once with my ex-girlfriend.
So she
I've
was
been
your
a couple
ex
times.
at the time you went with her?
At the time, she was my girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Now she's my ex.
Well, no, because you said my ex-girlfriend at the time, so I was like, you... Okay. I mean, you can be friends. You can be friends with your ex.
Fine. I can. But at the time, she was my girlfriend. And a couple times with another friend. And yeah, very good. Very, very good. If you ever have the chance, you could look them up. Goemon. There's also that place. Yeah, it was on that. It was featured on that show, Ugly Delicious, hosted by David Chang. He's a famous. Now he's like a television personality chef guy, and he had a show on Netflix called Ugly Delicious, and their first episode was a pizza place in Tokyo called, what was it called? Oh yeah, say another pasta place with a very Japanese name. It was called Seirinkan, and that place. The last time I was in Japan, and my last day there, my friends took me there. They wanted me to try it out because they had been and they raved about it. It's very simple margarita pizza. The chef is like some guy who studied in Italy, and like the only type of pizza he made was the margarita pizza, which is a pizza with tomato sauce, mozzarella, and basil. That's it.
Yeah.
And just he knew what to do. He studied for years in Italy, and I had it, and yeah, it was very good.
That good, huh?
It's that good, yeah. You don't really,
Wow.
for me, it didn't hit me until like a couple bites in, and I was like, wait a minute, this thing is like phenomenal.
Really?
It is in Nakameguro.
Okay, so I have some new places to visit now.
Oh yeah, I almost didn't get in, but my friend was like, let me go ask, let me go pull some strings or whatever. And she went in there and she got me. I sat at the counter for like a second, because it was full. That's how popular it was.
Wow.
So I got in, barely got in, and I tasted the pizza and it was great.
All these good places in Nakameguro.
Well, yeah, Meguro is like a frou place, right? It's kind of known for being a little high end.
Yeah. Meguro, Shirokanedai.
One of the best.
Omotesando.
Yeah. One of the best tonkatsus I've had was in Meguro, actually.
Was
a
it
place called Tonki.
Was it that expensive one?
It was about, I think the cheapest they had was like Sanzen, which is about $30. Very, on the inside, it's very traditional looking. It's like a big open kitchen you can see.
Yeah.
And it's like surrounded by a what do you call it? A counter and a huge, really big open kitchen area. You could see everybody cooking or whatever. That was a phenomenal tonkatsu.
So, I have something to say here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been there, and
Okay.
yes, it was.
Don't tell me you didn't like it.
No. It was very, very good.
Okay.
It was very good tonkatsu. But, I mean, if you really, really love tonkatsu, then, like, totally, yeah. For me,
Yeah.
I just don't get that much satisfaction from eating tonkatsu itself.
Really?
Like,
Let me guess. It was too meaty.
no, it actually wasn't. It was fine. The meatiness was great. Like,
Okay.
it better be for that price.
Oh yeah.
No, it was just like I wouldn't. For me, it's not worth it to spend that much on a tonkatsu dish. You know?
Not usually. I mean, because you can get really good tonkatsu at pretty much. I wouldn't say anywhere, but at a lot of places. There's
Yeah.
actually a place in Ueno that's really good. That was like a third that price. So
I mean, for example, for a really good burger, totally. For tonkatsu,
yeah, okay.
like even if they're the same level of delicious for their item, you know, for their category,
Yeah.
like I'd rather
Yeah.
pay that for a burger than tonkatsu.
Actually, I'm looking at the prices right now. It's actually like 2,100,
Yeah, that's what I
which is
thought.
about $21.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. I think
But still, that for tonkatsu.
for me, there's nothing better than like a great tonkatsu teishoku, which is the like tonkatsu meal.
Yeah.
Tonkatsu being pork cutlet.
Yeah, we've
And so
been
you get the pork cutlet, and you get the yeah, right. And you get the cabbage, and you get the tonkatsu, and you get the miso shiru, the miso soup, and you have the hot mustard, which I think they make there. And just that combination is my favorite combination of things on a plate that go into my mouth.
And it actually, like, that one, because, you know, when you have deep fried foods like that, like, a lot of times they can feel a bit heavy. I do remember it felt, when I was eating it, it did not feel heavy, and it was very crisp and light. Like, it didn't have that.
Yeah, for some reason,
Oily
it's
weight.
it does feel a little light if you have
Yeah.
a good tonkatsu. Another place is just kind of a chain. It's called Saboten. Saboten meaning cactus. I don't know why they call the place Saboten, but it's a chain of tonkatsu chains, and that is like the high end ball food court tonkatsu place. So
Really?
you'll find it in like a lot of food courts. Yeah.
High-end food court place. Got it.
High end food court. Yes. Very food court meaning like not because there's like the food court which is like it has all the it has like pepper lunch or whatever,
Yeah.
the McDonald's and shit like that, and then there's like the floors that have the restaurants like ramen restaurants or like a pasta restaurant.
Yeah.
That type of quote unquote food court. But yeah, Japan tonkatsu. Well, I think it came from Portugal. Maybe the idea of deep frying meat.
Did it?
I believe so. I could be wrong. But Japan has perfected at least the deep fried pork, I would say.
Although it is not a dish, it's not cooked food.
Yeah.
It's not cuisine. This is one thing that Japan gets really right. And it is fruit.
Fruit.
Fruit is so delicious. I mean,
Okay.
granted, it's much more expensive than like in California. You get a lot less for a lot more price.
Oh yeah.
But like they're like the fruit is like grown in the perfect environment to make it like the sweetest thing ever, you know?
Yeah, you can get them. They're grown nearby, essentially.
And
There's a lot of farms everywhere.
Then you have, for example, like for strawberries, you have all these different types of strawberries, like tochiotome and like blah blah blah, and like you have the white ones, and then
I've had the white ones actually.
how was it?
out there in Yamanashi, I think, when I went on a school field trip out there, and we went to a farm, and they let the students go in and just eat strawberries off the vine, and they had the white ones. Very good.
Right?
Exceptionally good, yes.
So like,
Well, definitely the best strawberries. I feel like strawberries are like hit or miss, especially here, but like those strawberries were very
in Japan, strawberries, very, very good.
Yeah, in Japan,
Also,
very good, yeah.
I'll say apples are also very, very good. There's like
I've had peaches. They were from the same farm, I think. They were really big and very good.
And another thing that is very high up there is persimmons.
Persimmons, yeah. I don't think I've actually had a persimmon in Japan.
Specifically, my favorite one is this rare type that when you cut it open, like it's black inside.
Black?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's technically brown.
Okay.
But like it's called kurogaki.
Which means black persimmon.
Black persimmon. It is so sweet. It's beautiful. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. Persimmon. And also there is it's not a fruit, but it's a vegetable. Kabocha. Kuri kabocha.
Kabocha meaning
pumpkin. But specifically,
pumpkin.
A specific variety of pumpkin, which is kuri kabocha, chestnut pumpkin. And as the name suggests, it's like a very close taste to chestnuts.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had this.
It's so good. Like, you know how sometimes pumpkins can have that little bit of like squashy zucchini-ish flavor?
Yeah.
Like the greenish flavor? So,
okay.
The meaty flavor of meat and the greenish flavor
meaty.
of greens.
Greenish, meaty.
So the kuri kabocha has none of that. Like it's very hoku hoku like that. Like hoku hoku. You can't translate hoku hoku. It's
you can translate hoku hoku. Hoku is like it's an onomatopoeia. So
no, you can't. You have to feel it. You have to see it and feel it with your heart.
It's a feeling you have. I get it, yeah.
You don't translate a word like that. You have to feel it. As you take a bite of the kuri kabocha nitsuke. And like, oh, すごいホクホク.
You say that when you eat it? すごいホクホク.
I do. We need to get you out here so like
very good.
We can like do video
so
versions of this and have hoku hoku kabocha.
And just hoku hoku, just say hoku hoku for like the entire video.
I wouldn't mind.
I've had grapes. I've had grapes that are very good. Grapes. Very, very plump.
Oh my god. In Japan. How could I forget the grapes? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the pione and the toho, right?
Yeah.
Those two. Oh my. So one time a few years back, I went budogari, grape picking, and so it's great, like, because you can go grape picking and like you can eat the fresh grapes right off the vine, right? But like to get your money's worth, you end up eating too much, and then you end up giving yourself a stomachache. Wow. And this happens with grapes, with apples, with strawberries, like any type of fruit picking you go, you're like, I'm going to eat all the fruit. And then you eat all the fruit and then like you break your stomach. So that's the dark side of fruit picking, you know.
You don't want that to happen.
But it will. Mm-hmm. It's inevitable. It will happen because like you can't not eat the whole what is it? The thing. Like, you know, you paid much.
It's called it's called self-control, Rosa.
So it is a thing that I don't have. And if you have these beautiful grapes, right, hanging in front of you, and like they smell sweet and they taste so good and they don't even have seeds, like self-control? No, not happening. Nuh-uh. But it's worth it once or twice.
They're very I've had they're easy to squeeze out of the skin, and
that is also a very Japanese thing to do, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they de-skin the grapes before they eat them. They don't eat the kawa, the skin.
So
I do,
sometimes
so I don't care. But
I do understand both sides. Like, I wanna eat the skin because it has a lot of the nutrients, right? But
sure.
like, I do understand taking the inside out of the skin because like that part is really sweet, and then compared to the skin, like the skin is like pretty sour, right? So usually what I do is I'll squeeze out the inside from the grape and eat that first, and then I'll eat the skin
And
by
then
itself
eat the skin?
separate.
Wow,
Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
it's pretty hardcore. They also deskin their apples.
Well, usually everything. I
They don't
think.
like skin. Yeah, they don't like fruit skin.
Or vegetable
For
skin.
whatever reason, or vegetable
Well,
skin.
no,
Yeah, I don't.
cucumbers have the skin.
I've had melon, yubari melon, which is like a glorified cantaloupe, but it was very good, very sweet.
To be honest, I'm not like a huge melon person.
Really, even out there in Tokyo, huh?
It's not my thing. Like watermelon, I love watermelon, but not like
Not
not like
honeydew or.
honeydew or any of the yellow
All
green
right.
melons.
All right.
No, I mean they're good. They're good. I just won't go out of my way to eat one.
Okay.
Like if you give me a big plate of melons, I'll eat it. Like
I mean, I'll eat like a ton of melon, sure, but
I won't.
I don't
won't
really like them.
refuse. I won't refuse. But like, if
They
I
taste
have
too
to,
melony. I get it. They taste way too melony.
they're too melony.
Too melony.
Too
You don't like your
melony.
melons too melony. You don't
I
like
don't
your
like
meat too
my
meaty.
melons too
You don't like
melony.
your kabocha too green-y. I've had the
Much,
kuri
yeah.
kabocha actually. I
have?
didn't know it was called that actually, but yeah, definitely.
How do you know you've had it?
Many times, yeah.
How do you know you've had it?
Because I looked it up and I was like, oh, I've had that thing that is in the picture right there. So,
They
yeah.
look similar though to regular kabocha, or the same even. I don't know. I don't know if I could tell them apart.
Yeesh. I think they are the same.
I haven't seen
Um,
them for sale in a long time, so I'm kind of
Really?
It's kind
Is
of
there a shortage?
well, like it's upsetting. I don't know that like so they're a little bit of like a higher, like not high end, but a little bit higher end than like than normal kabocha.
Yeah.
So, and probably only specialty stores carry them, right? And while kabocha nowadays, like even though the season is autumn, nowadays of course you have all the fruits and, well, not all, but a lot of the fruits and vegetables all year long. So you have kabocha
Okay.
all year long, but those are imported.
Okay.
And so, of course, the kuri kabocha is only ones that are grown here. And so probably the number of them and like they're just very scarce. So it's hard to find.
Okay. Hopefully you get your kuri kabocha.
I might have to like look
Very
it up
soon.
online and like pre-order or something. Like I'm going to have to find a better way to get some of this kuri
Okay.
kabocha because it hasn't been working. Like I have a shop that I thought I've seen it there before, and I asked them like, "Oh, will you have it this year?" Like a couple of years ago, and I went and they didn't have it, and so I was like, "Why do you not?" So I
Very unfortunate.
might have to buy it online.
You got to get your pumpkin fix.
Gotta get my kuri kabocha fix.
2 items I wanted to cover before we
What's that?
stop.
Yeah, we're like, this is the last one, and then we keep
This is
going.
the last one. Yeah. I don't really have a problem with this, but Japan's not, well, it's known for not having good cheese. Like it's hard to find unless you go to like a specialty shop or something, or like an international store
Well,
that has like,
I
with
don't
like
know.
this the regular supermarket fare cheese tends to be that one. What's it like? It's like a mix of like Gruyere and mozzarella or something like that, right? It's like they have the one standard torokero cheese or like the shredded cheese.
Yeah,
and so you don't have a
definitely.
big variety.
At a supermarket, no, you don't have much
No,
variety
not at all.
all.
No,
You can.
that's like
you
a common
can-
complaint.
You can find nowadays. I think there's more places that carry like good cheeses, like those
Yeah.
depachika. Depachika will
Okay,
have
well, okay.
places that have like really good cheese, but it's very
Depachika meaning
expensive. The underground level of like department stores or like those shopping areas. It's like
department underground. Yeah.
like in Shibuya, there's like an area by the station where you go underground, and there's like a whole bunch of
The food show.
food show. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which if you look at it from afar, it looks like it says food shaw.
Well, not anymore because it's been
Oh,
all
it's
renewed and
oh really?
revamped. Yeah, it's
Oh
so.
wow, that's
You know
right.
what? Like, there's so many buildings that have popped up around Shibuya,
That's
and
right. That what's that one? The famous one. Now it's kind of famous. So we can go up to the
the
top and look
Scramble.
over all of. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, no, is that what the building's called? The Scramble?
yeah, Shibuya Scramble,
Isn't Scramble
Scramble Square, Scramble Square.
Scramble Square? Okay.
So those like I'm kind of excited to check out all those new places I haven't been because they have some really nice looking restaurants and cafes and Nihoncha cafes and stuff like that. So there's a lot of new stuff. But yeah,
But
there's
so you can get the fancy cheese in the
the underground
department store,
areas.
underground
Yes.
department stores.
But it will be
Uh,
expensive, so be ready to
Yeah,
shell
if
out some
you're
cash.
if you're a huge cheese fan and you are very picky about your cheeses and you are not rich, you're gonna be out of luck in Tokyo. But I like what they have, so I think it's pretty good. But again, I have unrefined taste buds, as we've established. A thing I think they do really well in Japan is bread, or like bakery type
Yeah.
places, bakeries. A lot of I've had a lot of really good like pastries in Japan.
So specifically pastry stuff, right? Not like bread, like loaves of... I mean, loaves of bread can be good too.
I mean,
but
loaves
like,
of bread are good. There
but
are,
like specifically...
typical loaf of bread
Yeah.
are like the thick cut.
Yeah.
Japan likes thick cut. A lot of people come here and they go like, the bread's all thin and whatever. And it's like, okay, yeah, it is. Japanese bread is very thick cut and very fluffy.
I don't like
For the most part, you don't like fluffy. Well,
I don't
okay,
like fluffy.
but typically, I mean, I found like a thinner slices, but they're also fluffy. I like fluffy, so but no, I was talking about pastries,
Yeah. Definitely the
bakeries.
pastries and the bakery bread stuff.
They take their baking pretty seriously. I would
Yeah.
say.
There's a bakery that I used to go to occasionally. Their apple pie was so good. So it was very
What was
good.
good about it? Was it like American style, or did they do like
No,
the
no.
small like single serving?
Small, of course, single serving. Everything's single serving.
Yeah, okay.
Do you remember
That's right. Yeah.
Do you remember the strawberry shortcakes?
I think so.
Like the cakes that
Sounds
are sold here, like they're tiny. They're like
They're small.
two
Yeah,
people
they're like
for two people, or like, yeah, the everything's pretty much single serve.
single serve.
Whole
or like,
cakes
yeah,
are expensive.
are really pricey. Yeah, yeah. Pies. I don't think I've seen a whole pie.
I mean,
Have I? Maybe
you can
I have.
find it, but again, really pricey. Like there's a tart
Yeah.
place that's also really
Okay.
really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think like one full tart would be like $70 or something
Jesus.
for like a big size.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
15 centimeter size would be $70 or so. But I think it's a good thing. Personally, I don't mind because I think like everything in moderation is better.
Yeah.
Like you don't need that much. Like I feel like the serving sizes for plates in the States, you like how I rhyme there? Plates in the States.
Plates in the States.
The serving sizes for the States are like way too big, I feel like. And there's a lot of because there's so much, like you just eat it all. But like the most delicious part of it is the first 5-10 bites anyway. Don't you think? And then you end it leaving at like, oh, I want to have it again, rather than, oh, I'm so full I'm gonna explode.
Yeah. I heard somebody complaining that they were like from France. I think it was on Twitter, and they were like, "Yeah, Japan's bread isn't that great." I was like, "Well, you're judging it against French bread. I heard really good things about French bread. Maybe it's not that good, but coming from L.A., I think it's pretty good. All the stuff I've had in Tokyo. I've been to quite a number of bakeries, and they always have enticing looking breads filled with whatever.
And do you know what the best part I feel is that even the sweet pastries, like
Yeah.
they're not too sweet,
Yeah. It's not overly sweet,
and that's the best. Like it's so
Yeah.
good. It's perfect.
Yeah. It's very good. If you have a chance to go to a bakery in Japan, and you will find a lot in Tokyo. They're all over the stations.
They're all over, like on every
big
corner
stations you
almost.
go to. Almost at every corner. Like there's a lot of bakeries in in Tokyo for whatever reason. You will find good pastries.
I think we've gone over a lot of goods and bads of Japanese food.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably more that we haven't thought of.
We could do a part 2.
We could do a part 2, 3, whenever it comes up.
We've left out the whole category of like the noodles that we can go over.
Oh.
Yeah. No, we gotta save something for next time.
Well,
that could be a episode in itself. Just noodles.
Just noodles. Yeah. Well, in that case, we might be talking about just noodles next time. So stay tuned. That was the word. I was like, what was it? Keep in tune. Stay in tune. No.
Stay tuned for our next episode about food, which we'll be talking about noodles only.
Right.
It'll be a mix of other stuff too. But
well, I mean, it ends up being whatever we feel like talking about, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so. But yeah, thanks guys for listening to our episode, and we hope to see you. Our rambling. Kiyoshi's rambling.
Yeah.
Just put it all on you. We will see you guys. We will listen. No, you guys will listen to us. But yeah, listen to us next time.
If you like anything you heard, please let us know. If you didn't like something, please let us know. Write to us with your stories and questions and comments at Ourjapanpodcast@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe and follow us. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
See you then, and stay cool, stay hydrated. I almost said stay dehydrated. Don't stay dehydrated. Stay
dehydrated, people.
And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.